real estate education. There are a ton of people out there teaching real estate education. And on this episode of Cashflow Kris, I'm going to break down the 5 most cost-effective ways to learn real estate investing. Coming up. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Ask Cashflow Kris. I'm Kris. I'm the guy your investment advisor doesn't want you to know about. In this episode, we're going to be talking about education. Real estate is officially sexy again. It's 2018. Everybody seems to be making money in real estate. So hordes and hordes of people are joining in, trying to learn the business. But before you spend $20,000 on a guru or some sort of amazing program, I want to run through the 5 best ways that are cheap and or free to learn this business. Number 1 is the way that I learned real estate investing, and that is through your public library. That's right, guys. Your public library has hundreds and hundreds of books on this subject. So I advise you, if you want to learn about this business, get a card. It's free. Go down there and rent as many books as you can on the subject. Audio books, regular books, and not just real estate. You're going to want to learn about business. You're going to want to learn about finances. You're going to want to learn about the stock market, investing, all types of things that go along with real estate investing. Okay, you want to have a full education that has to do with everything related in real estate. Okay. So your public library, I would say, is your number 1 way to learn, because it's free. All the information that you want is out there. Now, let me just break down a little bit what you're going to want to do here. So a lot of the books in real estate investing say a lot of the same things. And that's because there's not a lot of secret sauce in real estate investing. It's a very straightforward business. It's a very numbers detailed business. There's a lot of great little tips and tricks that you will learn, though. So after you've read a handful of books, which if I'm going to give you my top ones, I would say the number 1 book you need to read is The Millionaire Real Estate Investor. It's the Blue Book, and by the Keller Williams Company. They've created several books, and that I think is the number 1 source for real estate investing. So rent that one first. But once you have read through several of these books, you're going to see that a lot of them are the same. So go through, skim through, and take away some gold nuggets from each one of them. Each author is going to have his own take on the business. And so go and take what you can, leave what you don't want, and learn for free with library books. Okay. Number 2, YouTube. I think YouTube is an awesome way to learn because there's a lot of free information out there. There's a lot of people who have taken their knowledge and given it out there for free to people on YouTube. So this is your first little caution, though, is anybody can post on YouTube. So beware of what you learn. So if you want to learn a certain topic, maybe you want to learn about sandwich lease options or something like that, search the subject. There's going to be lots of different people talking about it. So go listen, and you're going to find a lot of people saying the same things. Those are the core aspects that you're going to want to learn about any type of subject. So go and just listen to what people have to say, take it with a grain of salt. What everybody says isn't necessarily true, but if you're hearing the same things over and over again, then that's always a good sign. So that's my first beware. My second beware is the third of 5 places to find a cheap or free real estate education, and that is Facebook. Facebook has tons of groups. You have wholesaling groups, buy and hold groups, fix and flip groups, every type of real estate investing you can imagine. They're out there. Notes, private lending, all of those types of groups are out there, and so you can learn a ton from these groups. But huge thing to be aware with is a lot of people just talk. They think they know what they're talking about, and they really don't. So there's a lot of great advice out there, but there's also a lot of very bad advice out there. So be careful who you're listening to in these groups. And then the second thing to be aware of is you're going to be sold. A lot of people try to sell things in these groups, especially mentorship, systems, programs, mastermind sessions. So before you do any of those, make sure you know what you're doing, okay? Number 4, Number 4 and 5 is really the top two, I think, is because it's getting local. You may need to pay a little bit for these two, but getting local with these two, I think, is a great way to learn real estate investing. Okay. So number 4 is Meetups. Go to meetup.com and search for people who have free or cheap meetup groups. Usually it's going to be a group of investors, and maybe they'll teach something each month, or maybe it may be a mastermind session where everybody gets around and just say, here's what I have, here's what I want. It may be a session where, people are just getting together and helping each other out. But that's local, and that's what's very important. Number 5, best way that is cheap or free to learn real estate investing is your local RIA, Real Estate Investor Association. Okay. I think this is the best way to do it because real estate is very local. I'm in Phoenix. What works for me here isn't necessarily going to work in Dallas, or it may not necessarily work in New York or the Midwest or anywhere like that. So real estate is a very local business. So your local Real Estate Investor Association is going to have local people. They're going to have people just like you who are maybe learning. Maybe you're going to have some seasoned pros. Maybe you're going to have some educators there. But they are going to be very cheap. So, for example, I think it's around $150 to $200 a year for ASRIA, the Arizona Real Estate Investor Association. Or if you wanted to just go to one, the main meetings are, I believe, $30. And then the local meeting, the Phoenix meeting, I believe, is only $10, or it might be $20. So very, very cheap. Okay. So I actually have a list here from my local RIA. I just printed it out just to let you guys know what kind of things they have. So for here in Arizona, on the second Monday of the month, they have their local meeting. And that is going to be about a 3-hour meeting. What they do is they're going to go over a lot of local stats. They're going to let you know what is currently happening in the market. And that's what's really important. You want to know what is happening in this market. What are we forecasting? And that's what our local RIA is very good at doing. They let you know, is the market hot? Is it cooling down? Should you be buying? Should you be selling? They give you a lot of really great advice. Of course, they're not telling you what to do, but they're giving you a lot of advice. And more importantly, they're giving you a lot of information so you can make your own decisions on that. They also have a Tucson meeting, and then they have special events. So your RIA is usually each month going to bring in a guru of types that is going to be teaching something, and they're usually going to be selling something as well. If it's like my local ASRIA, they will give a 2 or 3 day class, maybe ranging from $50 to a couple $100, and then they'll try to upsell you there to their program. So I've taken a lot of those $99 classes, and you go there and you pull out the info. From my experience, they give away, I'd say, 80% of what they know in these little classes to pay the big bucks and sign on. You're only going to get another 20%. Now that may be a very good 20%, but it's still only a 20%. Okay. And then we have subgroups as well. We have subgroups on notes, beginners, fix and flip, and then most importantly, the one that I love is creative real estate investing. I feel when we don't have such a hot market, we may need to get back to creative strategies. So that's always a good thing to learn. So that is my 5 places to get real estate education for cheap or for free. As I said before, real estate markets vary significantly. So get local. The best way to learn is to find someone in your local market who is actually doing deals. In my Phoenix market, I see it all the time. People will do 2 or 3 deals and they think they're an expert. Oh, I've done 5 deals. I've done 10 deals. Let me teach you. Let me mentor you. No, don't fall for that crap, guys. Make sure if you're going to get a mentor, make sure they do deals, ask them to HUD up, show me some HUDs, show me some deals that you did. Make sure they've done, I would say, at least 100 deals, because the people who have done 5 deals and are trying to teach you something, they only know what they know. There's a lot they don't know because they haven't experienced it yet. Once you've done 100 flips, I would say now you have experience. Now you can teach people, and because you have the experience and you've made all the mistakes. That's one of the one things about teaching you want to do, is you want to help people learn from your mistakes. So that is what you really want to do. So find someone, stay local, make sure they're a pro. Don't pay 20 grand. If you're going to pay it eventually, that's fine. If you think the system is worth it, that's fine. And a $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 education is not bad. I mean, how many people pay much more than that for a college education for a low paying job? You know, they pay $100,000 to get a $50,000 a year job. So if you can pay 20, 30 to earn six figures, which is very easy in real estate investing, that's not necessarily a bad thing. But you want to make sure you hit all these 5 steps first. Make sure that you gain that knowledge so you're well educated when you are ready to jump in and maybe hire a mentor or buy a specific program. So that is it for this episode of Ask Cashflow Kris. As always, I want you to leave your questions below. We will answer all your questions. And if you have a topic that you want us to cover on a future Ask Cashflow Kris, please leave it below and we will definitely cover that. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I'll see you next time.